People are always asking us, how do I copyright my music? And this is a question that means that you need to know a little bit about the law. Now, the bit you need to know about is that in the UK, and I'm always going to talk about the UK for UK people, is that as soon as you write a piece of music or you create a piece of music, while it's in your head, it's not copyright and anybody can use it. As soon as it becomes what's called manifest, and that means that you've recorded it or you've played it or performed it, it's appeared in the real world, at that point, by law, the copyright of that material is yours. So you own the copyright of the material that you've just created. So you'll get a lot of people on the internet, you'll see a lot of services that say, oh, come to us, we will copyright your music. I'm afraid most of those people are nonsense. That doesn't make any sense at all, except that of course they've got a great business because you're paying them to essentially make a copy of your music and put it up somewhere. It doesn't mean anything. What you've got is, from the point that you created your piece of music and it hit material form, you now own that piece of music. So your problem is not, do you own it? Your problem is, how do I prove that I created this piece of music first? Now, there's a number of ways you can do it. These days, a fairly good way of doing it is to actually get your music up on YouTube. Now, YouTube is not an official copywriter, but what it means is that once you put a piece of music that you've created onto YouTube, it's dated. And you got there first. You are the first person who appears with that piece of music, and you've got your claim on it. What we're doing here is we're building up evidence that you own the piece of music that you created. Another thing that's worth saying is that if you have written a song, what you're doing is you're creating a recording. So you've got two copyrights there. You've got the recording of your song, which is a recording copyright. And you've also got the song itself, which is the copyright inherent in the music and the lyrics. So what you should really do is, once you've got that recording, you need to get that out, make it visible, and make sure it's got your name on it. It used to be, before the internet, that to prove your ownership of your own copyright, what you would do is you would record your song onto a cassette or a CD. You'd stick it in an envelope. You take the envelope to the post office. The post office would seal it, and they would date it. Once they sent it back to you, you'd keep it sealed. And at some point in the future, if somebody was challenging your use of your own songs, you could conceivably, in a court of law, give the sealed envelope to a judge. The judge would open a sealed dated envelope, and that would be some evidence that you had created that song before the date of the postmark. I'm aware of no time that has ever happened where the envelope was taken out in a court of law, but it's something that was used a lot in the past. These days, really, what you need to do is get your music out, date stamped by the various places you would use. SoundCloud's very good, YouTube's very good. These days, there's nothing to stop you actually going to something like Bandcamp, very good sites where you can just put the music up for sale or make it available for a free download. That is a very good way of showing that you have created and you've recorded and that you own the copyright to your material. Those are the kind of things that you would do if you're not signed to a record label or signed to a publishing company. If you're signed to a record label or a publishing company, they will take care of that. They will register your copyrights. In fact, it's likely that they will own those copyrights or will have licensed those copyrights from you. But if you're a member of PRS, a very good thing you could be doing is sending your music, registering your music with PRS, with yourself as the composer and the correct title of the song.